Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to XGR, the Xpound Gaming Radio. I am your host for this one, Chriz, aka The Mole. Joining me, as usual, is my normal band of merry men, Anastasia Lazerbeam. And Richter Hammer.
Hello.
See, he wasn't offended. What the hell?
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
And joining us is a very special guest. You've heard us reference him before now as our big gay audience. You've heard us talk about him as the camp one, the bizarre one, the STD with legs.
What?
But welcome, Simon
Isn't it on
Pegasus.
the last game you talked about stealing camp or whatever? And it was like stealing Simon.
Yep.
What?
And Pew Pew, you sound really different. Like really distorted and stuff. I don't know if you're on your headset or not, but
I am on my headset. Let me see.
but I was about Simon Pegasus. Welcome, Simon Pegasus.
Is this better?
Why am I getting called that?
Because your first name is Simon, and we're inherently eventually going to refer to you as Peg or Peggy. So I figured Simon Pegasus cover our bases.
Fair enough. Point made. Hi, guys and girls.
Yes. Now, as usual, and I'll just explain this to Simon because he's new. Hi, Simon.
Hello, darling.
Now, in this little podcast, children, what we like to do is
Oh, for God's sake.
we like to tell the tales of what's happened this week. Then we tell the journey of what we've gone through for the week for catch up. Then we have a lively discussion. Sorry, no sing-alongs today, Simon, but
Okay, I know I'm the
Sit back,
youngest person
sit
in this
back
call,
in-
but come on.
sit back, get your cookies and milk, and enjoy. It's time for the news.
Dude, I know I'm the youngest person in this call, but come on. You bastard. Sorry, can I swear? Do you not mind?
I don't mind.
Thank you. Bald man? Sorry, bald thing of awesomeness?
Yes.
You not mind if I swear?
No, it's fine.
Alright,
We do it all the time.
sweet. Insignificant person who nobody cares about?
Go ahead.
Why?
Thank you.
When did Marcus join us?
Yeah, I would have laughed my ass off if somehow just Marcus was like, what? Like,
Okay, can we edit that in? So we...
We're live,
Oh, damn.
and we don't have a time machine. But no,
Oh, shit.
with kicking us off with the news as our special little guest. Tell us about the news this week. Come on, Si. Come on.
I'm not a birdie. I'm not a puppy, you twat.
Condescending Wonka
You
pose.
look like a puppy.
Condescending
I'm
Wonka pose as I nod my head to what he says. That's interesting, Simon. And what about the news?
You son of a bitch of life.
Oh, if you're stuck with the words, just sound it out.
Ha ha. Right. Alright. Sony is going to be refunding consumers after there's been some rather apparently deceiving PlayStation Vita ads. So, yay, good times for them. Get the money in.
What was deceiving about it? Was it the fact they were pretending they still supported it?
So,
broke?
yes. Can I come back to this part later when I stop laughing?
I'm not wrong though. While the Vita looked like a great little machine, and Richter here absolutely enjoys his Vita.
Yeah.
And hell, it has the power to put Jim to sleep. That right there is the best-selling console. It should be, but basically, it turns out that Sony just completely stopped supporting it. It's weird.
Yeah. Because according to an article, and Sony Entertainment they came to an agreement with the Federal Trade Commission about claims that the game and the hardware make were engaging in like false advertising for the Vita and all that, and yeah, so they kind of fucked up big time, and now it's being settled. So yay, good times, I suppose.
Cool. Okay, so for the next news number one, take us away, Richter.
All right. So, a game I think I mentioned a few months ago when they first announced it, but for NIS has announced a release date for Criminal Girls Invite Only. That's a Vita game. So yay, more Vita news. But
It's fantastic.
it's Vita. If only we could rename.
Only,
That would be fantastic.
that would be amazing.
But it will be available physically and digitally in North America on February 3rd and Europe on February 6th next year.
Nice. And as a Vita player, Richter, and how often you like to talk about the Vita during this and around the pound stuff, you may take Vitastic as you're saying. I'm a little louder.
That is a great saying, by the way. Can we get t-shirts of it? I think that would be fucking great.
Yeah. Along with Gay, Straight, and Simon.
Yes. I should be offended by that.
Check boxes.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, man.
They come in all colours, shapes, and sizes.
And now take us away with the news, Anastasia Lazerbeam. And did you notice what I did? We started with Simon, and went Richter, then went Stacey, and then we'll go to me, so we went girl, boy, girl, boy. See?
Oh.
Order to our podcast.
Equality and diversity for the win.
How clever.
Yes,
All right.
he is very.
Alright, well, first off, Legend of Zelda Symphony of the Goddess tour embarks, 2015, so that's
Never
really
heard
cool.
anyone sound so bored when giving news. Come on, hyphen up, man, darling.
Woo, Legend of Zelda, if you missed the first concert, they get another one! Yay! Because I have their CD on my iPhone.
No,
So
you're sounding like
You have a
Marcus.
CD
Come
on your iPhone? Your iPhone plays CDs? Holy crap, mine doesn't do that. What model's yours?
no, you put your CD on your iTunes, and then, from your iTunes, it goes on there. It all starts with the physical CD. I know you kids own your future technology, but no, we have CDs. But yeah, they're touring again.
Is a future technology.
And
Walkman
yes.
and Discman for the win.
Yeah, but it all starts with the CD, which they still make and use.
They do.
Yeah, so if you missed the first one, they are gonna have another one. They said they're also gonna be including a lot of Majora Mask and Twilight Princess songs. Basically, I'm not gonna read the list, but yeah, they're in a lot of out there in the west areas mostly. Like if you're on the west side of
The world.
West Side.
No, I meant the west side of USA, but
West Side
like
Story?
the west side of the United States. Like if you're like more like you're towards Texas, California, like Arizona, like that kind of thing.
Oh, so the good places.
Aren't you on the west side, Rick?
I am, but when I looked at the list, I did not see Seattle up here, which is kind of
Seattle is not one of them.
I was going to say that's
considering
perfect.
the NOA office is like 30 minutes away, and they're like, we can't be bothered.
I was going to say that would be a perfect Christmas gift for Marcus. Here you go, Marcus.
It would.
Yes.
And you could also benefit, like, one of your days off of being like, can't really be asked going over there on this day. Here you go, here's tickets, go off.
The closest one to me probably would be the one in Boston, and that's a few hours away. So,
Fair enough.
but I don't know. I already have the CD. I'm not gonna go, but if you're super awesome in live performances, I'm sure it's totally worth it. So yeah, you should check it out. It's between January 1st and October 22nd.
Yeah, man, the hipster has spoken. Save the trees, y'all. Like, yeah, like gaming is cool because, like, I'm a gamer girl. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes, you are, but I was going to say, you may notice with this news that, and my next news, that it's kind of been a slow news week because we filmed the last one on the Friday and over the holidays, so yeah. But my bit of news is an Australian team is looking for funding for a brand new game called Dragon Dating Simulator, in which, well, you get to date dragons. And as the concept says, it looks unusual. We think that dragons today are suffering from a substantial image problem, reads the rather tongue-in-cheek Indigo page. While popular media usually credits them as the amazing and powerful creatures they are, too often they are also depicted as being stereotypically evil or uncaring. Our aim is to show the world that dragons are people too. They think, they speak, they experience happiness and pain, and can also be gentle and loving as well. If they do get the funding, the person who wrote this on Kotaku, I believe it was, said, I'm hoping they can hire a sub-editor to clear up the wee grammatical inconsistencies evidenced in the trailer, which is available now. A novel-length script with consistently sketchy use of gnaw would be too much for me to take. But it looks pretty good, and the style of the dragons, Pew, which I figured you'd appreciate this. Imagine the My Little Ponies if they were dragons.
I saw that and it looked interesting.
Or imagine the dragon for My Little Pony if he was a dragon.
Nice.
There was a little dragon on the My Little Pony, but yeah, that's our whole sentence. They're people too. Oh God. They think, they speak, they experience happiness and pain.
My sister is a big fan of the dating sims, so she's told me like all about them. She's probably all up in this one now.
Yep. It makes a change. Normally, as you put it, she's all up in your grill.
What the hell does that even mean, by the way?
I don't know, it's her ghetto slang.
Ah, right.
You know, you're all about my space and my business.
Then just say something. Oh, never mind.
Don't chase on the electric fans.
Sure, let's go for that. Oh, it sounds
Don't judge until you come over here.
But no, it's time for news number 2. Does Simon have a second news?
Yeah, but...
No? Okay, over to Rick.
What?
Okay, fine. Back over to Simon for his second news.
Okay, I don't know if you guys already know this, but fuck it. You guys know the new Assassin's Creed game coming out, right?
Yes.
Alright, apparently the new game is going to be set in, like, Victorian London, so...
Where you sound like you're from.
I don't sound like I'm from the Victorian age. We've been over this.
Yes, we've been over this when you said stuff like, oh, figgy pudding, sir.
What the hell's figgy pudding? Genuinely, what? Never mind. But so yay, Mo, we get to kill things now, British style.
Yep, and if it's Victorian England, I wonder if we're either going to be playing as, or at least talking to, or killing, or something, Jack the Ripper.
If we do, that would be amazing.
Because it seems like when they went to Italy, they went with, what the hell is it, Da Vinci and stuff for gadgets and stuff. If we're going Victorian England, you kind of need either Shakespeare-ish, or something like that, or Jack the Ripper, or some of those type of characters that everyone worldwide knows.
Yeah. Mind you, I do wonder, like, if they did have Shakespeare in the game, would he be speaking in normal? Would he be like, oh, thou art this and blah 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 blah. Thou art shit being an assassin and all that fucking shit, you know what I mean?
That's exactly how you sounded the other day when I visited you at your work, because I heard you over the tannoy speak, will thy customer who owns a green Ford please appear at the checkout now? Thy vehicle has been toweth.
Okay, that's the greatest sentence ever. Now, if that actually happened, and if I even worked in retail, that would be amazing.
I would. But over to Richter for his second news.
Tow it.
Yeah.
Alright, so,
Oh, that's awesome. It really
I
is.
saw this and I did the news and I thought this was really funny, but there is a lady named Alana Pierce who reviews video games for Australian television and radio stations, and she has a YouTube channel and other stuff. And so she's gotten some threats, like death, rape threats, sadly, which happens. But so what happened was she realized that some of the people that are doing this were underage. So she basically contacted their parents with like screenshots of the stuff they said to her. It was just like, your son is saying this. And I thought that was absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
'Cause honestly, if my kid was doing that and someone's like, hey, here's what your kid said, and I go to my kid and be like, did you say stuff? And be like, yeah. He'd get an ass whooping. Like,
Hey, man.
That's it.
So
I think there's a problem right there. Would your kid actually say, "Yeah, of course I said that"? Like,
Did
I'm
you
totally gonna tell the truth.
if he did it, he
Wait.
better.
This woman has come out and said this. I know you've done it. You clearly gave her death rape threats. And the kid's like, yeah. That's it. No Jake and the Neverland Pirates.
Nice.
Or more. Yeah, I just thought that it just amused me, and I was like, "What a great idea!" Like, I almost wish she didn't, stop at underage people. I'd laugh if there's like a 30-year-old person, and she's like, "You know what?" Finds his mom. 'Cause a lot of times, a mom's not going to want you to talk to a girl like that, and no matter what your age is, they would probably go and slap the shit out of you.
Yeah,
What have you been saying online, young Jeffrey?
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
Dude,
that'd be.
Yeah. Hang on, I thought, since he's Asian, would it be like old fucking water margin speaking?
Mm-hmm.
Any of you guys ever seen the water margin? Like,
I have not.
oh,
No.
damn.
But I
Like
imagine
old-
it'd be something like, you have brought shame to this family.
Yes, that sort of thing. Like the
Tu pasayajin. Grounded.
yes.
And then it breaks out into a kung fu fight. Just be the most stereotypical
Yes,
possible.
that would be the best telling off in the history of telling offs.
Just for that, no wasabi sauce on your sushi.
Okay, just to
Oh man.
clear the air here, ladies and gentlemen, we're not racist. We do
Or-
this all the time.
Or, I'm really going to punish you. Oh, I'm going to wear shoes in your house.
Oh, we love the stereotypes. We really do.
We do. And it's funny because he's a friend of ours. We don't actually believe this. But yeah.
I know.
So over to Pew.
Yes.
For news number 2, which kind of rhymes. Haha.
Yeah.
My news is about Evolve's new evacuation mode.
Oh,
So
yay.
basically, yeah, it's pretty awesome. It's made by the same people from Left 4 Dead, and basically you have 5 days to both defend and aggressively attack these monsters, because you have to attack them and stop them from breeding, but you also have to make sure the people you're protecting, are still alive. And you have to do it for 5 days, and you can defend certain points or certain machines or other assets that you can later use on other days. So it'll change like the gameplay experience. Like, oh, I wish I saved like that turret or whatever on the first day, so I could use it for this big old giant thing that's going to happen on day 3 or something like that. So you have to choose like what you want to protect and how you want to exactly play, because you can't just instantly do it and just use everything in the middle or everything in the beginning, and then you're fucked at the end because all your supplies are gone because you used way too many at the beginning. You have to actually plan it out. And it works pretty well with the co-op. I can imagine that you could say, okay, we'll have 2 people defending this, 2 people defending that, or something like that. That'd be really cool. So I'm really looking forward to that. It'd be so cool if I could play with you guys.
Nice.
If I even knew what that was, I would.
It's like an alien game.
Yeah, it sounded pretty cool though.
Indeed.
My last news for today.
Oh, yay.
An actor hired by Nintendo to play Donkey Kong at LA launch event for Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D last year is now suing Nintendo after suffering from a serious heart condition allegedly brought on by the unsafe work conditions he was subject to. As reported by the LA Times, the actor, Parker Mills, was denied breaks and not provided with the required ice packs to cool him down, as he portrayed the famous gorilla in Smoldering Heat. The lawsuit also states that Mills was supposed to receive oversight for an ambassador Nintendo hired to escort the costumed actor, but the company failed to follow through on this. It created a very stressful environment, said one of Mills' attorneys. This is what led to him suffering an aortic
What?
aortic Yeah, an abortic decision, i.e. tearing of the walls. Mills had to undergo surgery and got permanent heart defibrillator implanted in him.
What the?
Wow. The fuck? Wow,
One
so-
can only imagine his medical bills drove him bananas.
Well,
Ah.
Yes.
I don't know how like
I'm a
Nintendo's work
terrible
conditions
person.
are, but
Yes, you
like
are.
I know the work conditions for the people wearing the suits in Disney World, and it is shit. They get it's really fucking hot. They hardly get breaks at all, and they have to stay in that friggin' hot costume, and they barely get time to cool down and stuff. So you could totally have like a heat stroke or something like or something medically wrong with you because you had to stay in that suit so long. And they don't have proper like venting or breaks, or at least not like I don't know, like dehydrated and stuff, or at least time to like have a drink or cool down or
They
something.
always
You're
seem
talking-
cheerful when they come up to me and go, oh, and put that on.
That's what they're paid to do, because if they don't, they'll probably get fucking fired and the next asshole will come in.
I'm assuming you're talking from experience there, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Because I had friends who were actually worked in Disney World, and they gave
Yes.
me like a tour of it, and they
Yeah.
used to be like the guy in the Mickey costume or whatever, and they
She
told me
dro-
about how it is
It's
on the
also
inside.
It's
Yes,
also worth
you're-
noting Anastasia Lazerbeam did try out to be one of the the Minnie Mouse mascot,
Yes.
but her head was so large it was bigger than the actual mascot head.
Yes, the poor thing.
Ha 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 ha.
Yes, she killed people's childhoods.
She Michael Bayed it.
Yes, yes, she did.
Or with what Disney's been doing recently, she current Disneyed it.
Not to mention their work hours are like they have like 14-hour shifts, like from when the park opens to like the park closes, and plus like cleanup or whatever.
Why the
So-
hell are we still talking about this?
But it's time for the catch-up section, which
Yeah.
is the games we played this week. I spoke to Simon earlier, so I know he doesn't have any. So over to Richter.
all right. I guess first one I played this week was some more Destiny. Recently picked that up on Xbox One because it was on sale for Black Friday. And
Is that any good?
If you have someone to play it with, it's fun to play with people. I wouldn't say it's a good game or super enjoyable, but I finally got to try the raid, and I had watched a video to so I kind of knew what was going on. Good God, that we didn't even finish it yet, but that was a horrible experience. Like the raid is not fun at all because the first part is you have to basically I won't go through all of it, but you have to defend these 3 points, and you can't and you have to at least one person has to stand in each point. I think you have to stay in there, but you can't let the enemies come in. So you have to stay in there, and then when they spawn, you have to run out and hope that these teleporting enemies. The enemies that you fight in this part can teleport. So you have to stop teleporting enemies from getting in a circle. Yeah, and you have to do it forever, and it has to build some spire in the center, and if they get in, it starts depleting it, and it took for freaking ever. So it's one of those things where if you're lucky and you have really strong stuff, you can do that part in 5 minutes or so. But if not, it can be an hour or so. It's ridiculous. And then there's some light platforming, which thankfully I think only one person died. But
You haven't
then
played
the
that
next
with Marcus, have you?
Huh?
You haven't played that with Marcus, have you?
No, he
No.
deliberately bought it on another system so he couldn't play it with Marcus.
Smart man. Very
sometimes I
smart
plan stuff.
That's what Rick do.
man.
That actually wasn't why I got it for the system, but it's a different story.
It's a very
But-
good reason, though.
Yeah, it's an extra bonus, we'll say. He doesn't watch it.
He sometimes watches it, which if he does, it's hilarious. Now. And hi, if you're watching.
Hi, Mark. Well, he listens to the end, or anyway.
Oh.
But
Of course he does.
but then the next part, there's enemies coming toward. First it's at the back. There's another pillar, and they try to run up and sacrifice themselves to it. These are robots, by the way, so I don't know what they're sacrificing. They're like a hive mind, and they're a robot. I don't know why they're sacrificing. Anyway, but you have to
Suicide Bomber Rogan. That's fucking cool.
but you have to prevent them from getting sacrifice a certain number of sacrificing, and if a certain number sacrifice, the boss just kills you. And then after the one in the back is defended for a bit, then there's 2 more, and you have to prevent them from there. And then once that's done, then there's all 3 are up, and you have to prevent them. And we passed that part after a while. And then the part where right now is it summons these little like orbs of light. So you can tell where they are if you see them, but it's also really annoying to shoot at them because it's, you're basically aiming at a bright light. So you're like, that kind of sucks. But they appear, it shows where they're going to appear, and then when they appear, you have to kill them. Because if you don't kill them, then they basically give everyone a status ailment that if you don't go into this one point to get rid of it, after it takes about 10 seconds or so, it'll just kill you. Like, doesn't matter anything else, you're dead.
And
yeah, and at a certain point, like the thing in the middle that gets rid of the status goes away. So, yeah. So I think we've played it for, and you can do up to 6 people, and we had 5, and we got a 6th that one of the other guys knew. So we were all talking. It wasn't like we weren't communicating, but oh man, it was painful, and I think we're probably halfway through it. Like, at least there's checkpoints, which is nice. So like if we go to restart it, we will start at the point we were at, which is kind of cool. Like that first fight has a stopping point, then the platforming has a stopping point, and then the sacrificing after that is a stopping point. Then after the light is so it's like checkpoint. It's like a 5-hour mission. Anyway, but yeah,
I just love the fact you can actually say after the sacrificing so casually. This is how jaded you've become. That's what having kids does to you. It's like, yeah, after the sacrifice.
Yeah. They just kill themselves. No big deal.
Yeah.
But second thing I played this week was Titanfall.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say, well, I will say with Destiny, I do like how Destiny is blurring the lines between console game and MMO. It is a unique thing. I think they missed a beat on some stuff, but
yeah,
it's a great thing, and I love the fact more games are coming out like that. Like my version of Destiny is going to be Xenoverse that comes out in February, but there's probably going to be another one because that's how the game industry works. One idea seemed cool, so that everyone must do it.
Pretty much, yeah.
But Titanfall looks cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm not super good at it, of course, but it was on sale for Black Friday.
To be fair, no one can be that shit at the game.
I'm no Marcus. But
the joke there, Simon, is Marcus once went on record as saying he was a better gamer than Richter or me.
Oh, I gotta put that video out. I forgot. I have that all ready to go. I was gonna put it out when the game came out. Anyway, yeah.
What game?
We were talking about 2K15 when we recorded it many months ago. That was the video where he said that.
Oh.
But,
I thought we already did the 2K15 one the other day.
We redid it, but I had already had it all edited, and I was going to throw it up as a director's cut.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, but yeah, also my friend got it because it was on sale with the season pass for like $13. It was pretty.
Wait, you mean 2K14? You weren't able to make it for 2K15 because your child was sick. Hopefully they're better.
Yeah, no, they are. Yeah, he was only sick for like an hour. So whatever was the problem, I guess he threw it up. But no, we were talking about what we wanted to see in 2K15.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago. But anyway, so I played a little bit of. I did like the training for Titanfall, and I started to do the campaign. The campaign's dumb because it's multiplayer. So it's basically death matches with little bits of story in between. You're like, oh, that's not even half-assed. That's like quarter-assed. So I did some of that, and I was playing with my friend. And
did you
usually
get the Prime DLC.
I wish that if that was real, I'd have it because it should have been in the season pass. But usually, it has one of those modes where it's like capture the points, and usually I'm pretty good at that. But for some reason, I'm like not that good at that mode in the game. But
capture
like
the points, do you mean like Battlefront style where you go to like A, B, and C, or do you mean capture the flag style?
No, like A, B, and C.
I love those modes. I fucking love those ones.
I know, but I'm like, for some reason, I'm bad at it in Titanfall, or at least not as good as I am in like in Transformers and Destiny. I do all right at those, but
I would argue there's a reason you're bad at it.
Because
And I didn't mean anything bad
robot
by
doesn't
that.
fit
I meant
anything.
because Titanfall's been out for a while. Most of the more casual players of Titanfall will have gone on to Destiny or Call of Duty Advanced, which means all the ones that are left playing it over and over again online are going to be the diehards who have probably mastered the game by now, which means you're pretty much going in there against people who have only played this over and over again when you were busy having a life.
It seems like a fair amount of people though were low level, but yeah, it's.
I wasn't sure if that was like
Oh,
when they prestige it and stuff.
Well, I think it changes your symbol because like the people were low level and had like the similar symbol to my friend and I, and we just started. So I'm assuming they haven't prestiged yet.
Fair enough. I honestly thought that was going to be the issue because I've had that with some stuff where you played like later after it's come on, you just get slaughtered.
I had that, but well, that's what's weird is like with this game, I thought I'd be good at that mode, but then I was joking with my friend because there's an achievement for being like top of your team in like the at the rankings at the end. I'm like, I'm never gonna get that. And then we played like versus mode, and I got it twice in a row. I mean, you only get the achievement once, but I was twice in a row. I was top guy on my team. I was like, what? Why am I better at deathmatch? And I guess it's because I was like more patient. Like I was because with the capture the points, I run and you die really quickly in that. But where with deathmatch, I was like a lot more patient, and I think I did better. And I was like, huh, it's weird that I'm better at that moment. My friend's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, what? He's like, I guess you're just good at games that have robots, and I'm not as good at games that have robots. I was like, sure.
So you'd be unbeatable in a Gundam game then?
Maybe. I always wanted to try that the arcade Gundam that they had where you sit in the pod and I wanted to try that so bad.
That's why you've got every single achievement on Bomberman Act Zero. Come on, they mechified him. That's good.
I know it is.
That's
Were
not.
you the one that showed me that picture?
Yeah.
Of,
I am with him, and he's like, it's horrible. I don't like that. They tried to make him Master Chief. That doesn't work.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I played this week.
Nice. Over to Pew.
What I played this week is Dragon Age and Little Big Planet.
Dragon Age Inquisition and Dragon Age and Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, to specify. And those
Dragon
games
Age
are
3,
really
Little Big
good.
Planet Inquisition?
Yes, Inquisition. And those games are really good, but it really will lend itself into the topic of this discussion we're going to have in a bit. But I'll just say a bit for now. These games are really fun, but they've got some not good things. They've got some really annoying things about it, and I'll even touch like glitches because that'll be for discussion. But like Dragon Age Inquisition, like they have the maps are like complete like I'm not gonna say complete bullshit, but like 40% bullshit. Because like.
Which day this week did we want to record the review of it?
I love the percentage.
Yeah, it's like it's not like half, but it's a good chunk, you know. Because like I can hear you.
I kept asking you what day this week or next week did you want to record the review, by the way?
Oh,
because we're meant to be reviewing this.
I don't know, whenever you want, I guess.
Okay, so that's coming next week.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, I almost forgot. I do actually have some games that I've been playing on.
Sorry, that ship has sailed.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway. So, like, the maps, like, there's, like, certain areas that you know you're not supposed to go to, and you have to go a specific way. Like, I was next to a freaking open field, and there is a rift that I have to close, like, 20 feet away from me. And I can't go there because of an invisible barrier, because you have to get there only through access of a cave. But here I am against a freaking invisible field, invisible wall next to an open field that I totally should be able to go through. And the objective is not, it was within eye distance of like where I need to go. But no, you have to go all the way around this way. And that's in a lot of the levels are just a bunch of bullshit rock walls or invisible walls that force you to go like in this one specific way to get to this one area, which makes me really mad because sometimes those are only caves, or since it's a 2D map, you can't really see like sometimes you have to do weird-ass glitchy jumping to, like, get in there, and it's like, either let me have access or don't. Don't make it like, do I kind of, sort of have access to this? Was I supposed to access this way? Like, it just, that navigating is such a bitch. Oh my god. The best thing about jumping is that I can do a little spin and I feel like a ninja. That's the best thing about the jumping in that game. Otherwise, I think they should have not had jumping because it just leads to problems.
Jumping does help you get over fences and stuff like that, though.
It does help you do that, but I just feel like it just leads to a lot more problems than it actually solves. Because like any place that's fenced in, you could walk around it. You'd prefer not to, but I'm saying you could. But it kind of blurs the boundaries of where you're allowed to go and where you're not allowed to go. So you're trying to go to some place where is an invisible wall, and because you can jump, you can technically get there, even though you may not supposed to be.
Yeah,
and then you're faced with that.
I kind of agree. It has got some problems with that, but I think the jumping was needed because of stuff like, let's say you're the warrior and you only fight up close. What happens when in the next field behind like a short fence is people shooting bows and arrows at you that you can't get to? It's best to just jump over them and attack them up close.
That's true.
Amen to that.
The second game I played was
Little Big Planet 3.
Yeah, Little Big Planet 3, which I played with the mole, and I've had very good experience in single-player mode. Not really good experience in co-op.
Yeah, that's why the only reason I said sadly, not because it was her, because, yeah, the Yeti.
Oh, fuck
God,
that Yeti. That was ridiculous. It felt like shitty controls plus ice that wasn't there. In a heat level.
It was an ice level. It was all frozen.
I know, but like the whole point was that the Yeti had to go because it was too hot.
No, it was because it was too cold. There was all ice everywhere.
Yeah, but the fire and stuff was lifting stuff up. The ground was all fire.
Yeah, but the reason the Yeti went is because the Yeti can navigate through snow and all the paths are iced. So Sackboy walking across them would always slip and die off, basically.
He slipped and died anyway, so it didn't make a fucking difference. And it says Yeti is reliable. Bull fucking shit. No, he's not. That pissed me off so much. Yeti is reliable. Fuck you. And yeah, Yeti is bullshit, like you and your bullshit promises. Yeah, but single players worked out really well, and I like how like you have little hubs, and I can customize the hubs with my stickers as well as like your ship. So that's cool. Of course, you know, with me, I just put freaking cats everywhere. That cat with the kind of glowy eyes, that's my favorite one. I just put that like everywhere.
Hey, to be fair, that's the point of the pod. You're allowed your own pods and stuff. It's like mine's filled with Stay Puft, King of Spades cards I've made, Sonic stickers and stuff. All official stickers too, because Sonic. I bought the Sonic pack for the characters and the Ghostbusters pack, both which include stickers.
Yeah, I really like you can customize the hub. That's fun. And also, I think I haven't got to try Toggle out yet because I just unlocked him. I didn't really continue on, but
Toggle is amazing.
Oddsock I played, and Oddsock is freaking awesome. He's like super action hero boy. Like he's just all running and action and stunts and sideways like runs and stuff. He's like very fast paced, and I really like him.
The best way to describe Toggle to you, Pew, is classic Mega Drive era Knuckles minus the gliding. And then when he shrinks down, he's Mario on the small mushroom from New Super Mario Brothers.
Interesting.
Because when he's big, he's all about power and he can punch through walls and stuff. When he's small, he's like a little shit that can run across water and go up tunnels and stuff. It's kind of cool.
That sounds cool.
I like Toggle.
You put him in the cheerleader costume with the braces and everything?
Nope, I put him in the Iron Bull Dragon Age costume when he's tall and when he shrinks down in the Varric costume.
I have seen that.
That's what I put him in. Like, as soon as I unlocked him, that's what I put him in.
I'm just playing through it with the Dragon Age costume so I can finally have a game that's worth playing with Dragon Age Inquisition stuff in it. Thank you. But no, I'm playing through with them because they're all new. I've already used all my other packs and stuff.
Yeah. So that game has been. That's my second game, and that's also really fun.
Nice. So over to Simon.
I've been recently. I've been playing Deus Ex, the PS3 game.
Nice.
kind of old. But I got it on offer when it was cheap. I was like, I got it for like £2 or something. I was like, yes, right, cheap game, awesome, sold. I love money, big time.
And when you bought it for £2, you're like, yes. When you turned around, the store vanished, and all that was left was like a mini tornado with laughter.
Yes, that's how it happened.
Because that's what happened when I bought Colonel Marines.
Yes, that's exactly how it happened, people. There's 2 more games that I've been playing. I've got into Bayonetta after Mo recommended it to me, so thank you for that, by the way.
You're welcome.
Like, I'm really starting to love it. And going old school and back on the PSP, really. I've got into playing Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep again, so yay!
Simon, I wanted to ask you, how is it playing a game where you're the star? And I was referring to Bayonetta.
And I was going to say, with Birth by Sleep, is it? I can't remember if that's one of the ones that's a movie or not, but isn't that in one of the Kingdom Hearts HD remakes for the PS3?
I think it's going to be in the 2.5 remix.
Ah, cool. I should be getting that eventually. I decided not to get that when it first comes out because I got too many games.
So yeah, it's going to be playable on that, which I was a bit miffed to find out. Like, shit. But yeah, and regarding to what's her name?
Bayonetta.
Me?
Very fabulous. Although I'd just like to point out, I'm probably more Jean material.
Do you say Jean or Geen?
Jean. although.
Nice.
You want to explain that joke, or?
I always said to Simon before I saw what he looked like, I just imagined him sitting there with the same face as Geen from Bleach.
And then he saw my face.
Then I saw his face and I was just disappointed.
Yes, although I have had my Geen face moments of just smiling like a maniac.
Yeah, but when you smile, it doesn't seem like cool, badass, crazy, killer type dude. It just seems like I'm gonna rape you.
Should be offended. But I don't have the energy in me.
Every time a rape whistle blows, Simon gets his wings.
I've got a Red Bull commercial.
I was thinking more of It's a Wonderful Life, but okay.
That too. I haven't seen that in fucking years.
'Tis the season.
To be rapey. Tra-la-la-la. La-la-la.
Him dashing through the snow with his one-armed gimp.
What?
Simon has a whip. He'll ruin your sexuality. Sigh, 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 sigh. Here comes the herpeg. No.
Funny,
Anyway.
one of my friends actually does blame me for his kind of flirting with sexuality sort of thing. I'll get more into that another time.
Well, yeah, but I can't wait for you
On the
to
next
review
round
Sleeping
now.
with him.
Gross.
Well, there is one game I played this week, darlings. Oh, yes, I toyed with a friend's sexuality.
Okay, you sound incredibly creepy when you say that. Stop it. Shut the fuck up.
That's how you sound. You sound incredibly creepy when you say that. Stop it.
Okay, I do not sound that fucking creepy. Fuck off. I can't even be offended. I'm too amused. So shit. That annoys me.
But no, both of those games are cool.
Yeah.
My 2 games I played this week is, first of all, Dragon Age Inquisition. Pissed me off. It did not get better, as Pew Pew said it would when I got to the place I got to. It stayed the same and got horrible. To the point, there was this strong character, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the only female that a guy can romance. I think there may possibly be another, but she's the only one because most of them seem to be either lesbian or bisexual or tied to race, so it limits what you can do. And I was like, fine, okay. I'll go with her.
Hang on, but the Dragon Age games have always been about, like,
Yeah,
you know,
they have. But yeah, basically, it turns out she's like a Wonder Woman type character. Like, she's got the sword, she's like a warrior, or a Xena character.
nice.
Then the second I start to romance her, she turns into a schoolgirl that wants to be courted and is a big fan of romance novels written by Varric and starts to go, oh, I must have the next chapter. Please don't tell anyone about this. I must have it. And it's like, oh. And then she's like, you must court me. So you have to go around the fucking map to go to different locations to get flowers, poetry, and what's listed as the most romantic candle in all the land.
So,
And
so
then
it's a lot of poxy shite.
yeah, and it kind of ruins her character.
That doesn't... Like, that,
Which, to be fair, in real life, when women do romance me, it does ruin their character, but still. Well, to their credit, not all of them were willing. An unusual amount of rape jokes in this podcast. I blame Simon. But no.
you can't blame me for that.
Mhm.
I know you have a bloody good go, but still.
I will. But no, I didn't like that. It's glitchy as hell, which, like Stacey said, we'll get to later. And I've got every single one of the companions now. Not a single one of them is interesting. It's pretty bad when I say the best part of a BioWare game is the multiplayer, and that hurts me.
It's horrible.
It's not Dragon Age. It's basically, like I said, it's basically Oblivion, which I liked Oblivion, but I want Oblivion style games when I buy the Elder Scroll games. It's like I love Mario Party. I love WWE games. If I bought WWE 2K16 and it was Mario Party, I'd be pissed. It's the same thing, and I'm like, no, it's not a Dragon Age game. I don't like that. It's like, oh, you want to advance the story? Go do another 16 fucking side quests. It's like, oh, fuck off.
But, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I don't like that. But the other game I played this week, and I will be live streaming after this podcast, people.
Mm-hmm.
Injustice: God Among Us Ultimate Edition. Because it's free on PS4, and this is the month for the mole hole over on the Xpound account, which is this one right now, is basically DC Ember, in which you did it A because it's a funny pun, and B because I like DC comics. So I'm looking at various DC stuff from films, comics, movies, and just the general DC-ness. So I chose that. It looks a little better than it did on the PS4. Also on the PS3. All the graphics or all the costumes are unlocked from the get-go, which is really weird because I got a really rare trophy apparently, Rick.
Uh-huh.
Because I got an unlock thing. I went into the archives and there's a locked section for costumes. I purchased one, and I got a trophy come up with, according to the trophy list, is rare or ultra rare, and it was, oh, you've unlocked a costume, and then it gave me the trophy. Boom! Right afterwards, you've unlocked every costume. I'm like, wait, they're already unlocked. Fuck me.
Well, kind of takes the fun out of it.
Then why aren't they
You hear
unlocked
that?
in the
That's the
archives?
sound of Marcus booting it up right now.
It
Yeah.
probably is, yes.
Why aren't they unlocked in the archives? Now, not all of them are unlocked, and this one annoys me. The ones that aren't unlocked are the iOS costumes.
Yeah.
I don't like games being tied to iOS stuff. I don't like that. Although, luckily, the Green Arrow one, which was part of the iOS, is actually unlocked on the PS4 one. I don't have to re-go through the fucking iOS game to get it, yay. So I can put Arrow from the TV show on there.
Nice.
And every time I go to finish someone, as I was playing as Arrow earlier before I phoned Simon, I did like to scream, "You have failed this city!" and fire an arrow.
Yes, he has. He has done that. We can testify to that.
Yeah, I also screamed out before with you, Simon. What was it? Eat something that you got amused by?
Eat chandelier.
Oh, that was it, when I was playing as Wonder Woman. Eat chandelier, as I threw a chandelier into Manhunter's face. But yeah.
That is without a doubt one of the best things I've ever heard from a gamer.
I still don't like the story mode, which you will all see during the live stream. Yay.
Great.
Hope that makes you sheep happy. But I'm kidding. I don't want to alienate my fan.
Where do you have fans?
I said fan.
Oh,
I got at least one, but no.
your mum doesn't count.
For the single of Mole's fan. No. But basically, that Wonder Woman though does look more feminine on this one than she does on the PS3 one. I did show a comparison with Simon. She still looks a little hideous, but it's NetherRealm.
Yeah.
However, she looks more feminine, so I'm like, I'll take it. The DLC characters that come unlocked and bundled with it at the get-go don't have alternate costumes though, which annoys me because it's like Batman can have like 10 fucking outfits, Batgirl gets none.
Oh wow.
The fuck?
And it also annoyed me the fact Scorpion is in the game. They said when people asked them about Watchmen characters and other characters that, and I mentioned this during my review at this game, which is up on the channel when I reviewed the PS3 one over on the Gaming Zone, when I mentioned to them, also, and fans did, and fans questioned them about will like Watchmen characters be in there, will Vertigo, Wildstorm characters be in there, and their response was no. It's only going to be classic DC characters from the DC superhero comics. And fans were like, okay, we can accept that. 2 weeks later, here's Scorpion.
As in Mortal Kombat, Scorpion?
Yep.
What?
Redesign. I'm like, where's Supergirl? I want Supergirl, goddammit. I mean, she'd be the easiest character to make because you just take one of the other females, you colour her hair blonde, you put her in a Superman outfit and give her his moveset. It's Mortal Kombat. They love palette swaps. How is she not a palette swap or something? It's like, no. Although I do have a gamer card, so yeah, I've taken that. I love my Supergirl and I love Nightwing. I also love Poison Ivy, who's not in it. They're my favourite DC characters, but I also don't like in the story mode. Nightwing, yeah, it's not Dick.
Yeah, that was...
Nightwing is Damian Wayne, which... to quote Simon on every Thursday night, I want Dick.
Not a thing. I do not go around saying that, people.
But you're a bisexual fiend.
Doesn't mean that I say these things. Stop putting words in my mouth.
You're a bisexual terrorist.
He's a terrorist now.
Or bin Rapey Bin Laden, as we call you.
Well, that's a new one. I'll give you props for originality.
Thank you.
Well,
You're a rapey terrorist. No.
why am I not saying fuck you?
Because it's true.
Oh, fuck you.
Simon once went into a village, looked down at someone and said, when your women have been impregnated by my seed, then you have my permission to die.
That would be so awesome if I'd actually said that to someone.
To an entire village. No, but that was the 2 games I played this week, just to get back on topic. And now, time for a discussion, which I named this podcast, Why So Glitchy? ? Which is all about games being released recently. There's been so many that have come out with glitches, and we don't know why. And there's been too many. It's almost inexcusable, the amount.
Because companies are more half-assed than they used to be.
Kind of, yeah. It's like, I don't know if Pew Pew would agree, because I know she's muted, probably playing Dragon Age, but it was a case of, companies nowadays are going the PC route, which I don't like, of we don't have to finish our games, we can just wait and patch them later.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It's like Ubisoft had to apologize to people and gave free games and free DLCs for the fact Assassin's Creed Unity was almost unplayable when it first launched.
Apparently they're getting... Yeah, they are getting that as well.
It was pretty terrible.
Now,
I watched several Let's Plays, and it was just, they couldn't even progress in the story.
Yeah, now I won't give them a props. Ubisoft apologized a lot better than Sony did for the outage. And the reason I say this is Sony's outage, you get to pick a free game out of Little Big Planet, Infamous, and another one. All of them had sequels and they were really old games.
Mm-hmm.
The Ubisoft ones, they had some old games, yeah, sure, fair enough, but they also had Far Cry 4 and The Crew, which hadn't even launched until a day or two after they announced it.
Hmm.
And it's like, that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of huge. I do thank them for doing that, but you know what I'd rather prefer? Don't release your games if they're unplayable messes.
Exactly.
Keep it until it's ready.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't want a half-baked mess.
yeah, I mean, like back in the days of like PS1 and all that crap, you know, you had games that were fucking complete. There was none of this DLC shit. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, and nowadays it's not so much about the gaming or the community of, you know, the gamers themselves. It's all about the money.
Yep, and I've actually heard a kid actually say a sentence, Rick, which makes me sad.
Uh-huh.
Wait, do you remember, maybe not when you were a kid, but when you were like in your 20s, when it was like the NES era?
Wow.
I'm kidding. Marcus isn't here to get the old jokes, but no. Do you remember like the NES era and the SNES era and stuff, obviously?
Yeah.
I remember as a kid rushing home with like my new Power Ranger game, or going to the local like game store and or DVD rental place when I had a little bit of pocket money and renting like Sonic Spinball and stuff like that. And I remember taking them in my little chubby hand and taking them back home and sitting them down and popping them in the console, plugging it on. My first thought before I played these games was, who am I going to play as? What's going to happen? I've heard a kid recently, and this really upset me, get a brand new game and put it in, and I said, what are you looking forward to? And his response was, no joke, I can't wait for the patch.
Are you serious?
Seriously, and I was like, wait, what? Because so many of them get fixed because the patches make them better. As he said, patches make the games better.
Smack the child.
No, because that's more the industry. Because if he's only grown up
That too.
with games that constantly get patched, he doesn't know that games shouldn't always be patched.
Yeah. My God, that is a really depressing statement.
I don't know if Richter's son's ever made that statement or his daughter. If I'm waiting for the patch, or I want to wait for the patch.
I think they're too young.
They better not, no.
They better not.
No, it's good for them.
Oh, here you go, son. Here's a Christmas gift. And he opens up it's a game. What are you looking forward to? I'm waiting for the patch, Daddy.
Yeah.
Get
You're
out.
adopted.
Not for a new one, although sometimes when like if he sees something new that's added to Minecraft, he's like, "Oh, I want mine updated, so I get that too."
Yeah.
But like a new game, no, I don't. Thankfully, he's never said. Like unwraps and be like, "Cool, did they have a patch?" Like, get out.
I heard my nephew say that on his birthday.
Aw.
He unlocked the game and was like, "Oh yeah, is the patch ready?"
Oh.
It just amused me that you get that though. But no, it's a case of when it comes to those stuff, like you said, like the Minecraft updates, I don't mind them because they add new stuff. It's stuff that there hasn't been in the game, wasn't planned from the get-go and stuff. But I'm pretty sure Ubisoft, EA's done this with some games, Capcom, all of them have. There's like almost no offenders at this at the moment, besides arguably maybe Nintendo. And that's arguably, because I know some people might say there has, but basically when they release a game, I don't think any of them ever intended to release unplayable messes.
Of course.
No.
Except for maybe Gearbox with Colonel Marines. And again with Duke Nukem Forever.
Yes.
And each time I could just imagine them when they looked in the shelf and saw someone buying Duke Nukem Forever, I could just imagine the people who worked on that game at Gearbox just grinning and doing the Vince McMahon laugh with, they've waited 15 years and said I can't wait for Duke Nukem Forever, and then we gave them that.
That's actually a brilliant mental image.
Someone in the store, should I buy Duke Nukem Forever? I've heard it's bad. One of the employees leans down and goes, it's not bad. It's how games were intended.
Yes.
And just grins
I have
like
to say,
Simon.
though, I am really, really surprised. Little Big Planet has always been super solid, and now that they're experiencing all these problems, it's like, what the hell happened? They didn't used to be like this. They used to have solid stuff. I don't think I've ever experienced in 1 and 2 any problems with it, multiplayer or otherwise. And now, all of a sudden, where is this coming from? They were always the solid one, rock solid.
Yep, Little Big Planet was solid, but with Little Big Planet 3, there's been loads of glitches. There's even parts where where it freezes your console and stuff. But from what people have said, I don't know if this is true. I'm not trying to accuse another company. This isn't fucking a few years back when people used to do this a lot. But some people have argued that Little Big Planet 3 was released unpatched and not completed because of the agreement signed between Sony and EA, because they had to have the Dragon Age Inquisition outfits at the time of Dragon Age Inquisition being launched, so that people would want to buy Dragon Age Inquisition by buying the costumes. And I'm like, if that is the case, no. I like the costumes, I use them a lot, but no. I'd rather have a game that worked.
Yeah.
That's shitty if it...
And I don't expect the game when I put it in. I will admit, I don't expect it to be 100% perfect. There's always going to be something small or something like that, but some of them that have been released, it's almost just taking the piss. It's almost like who remembers Dead Rising 3 on Xbox One? Getting a 13 point something patch.
Yeah, that massive patch. I think part of that was the DLC, but that's it's still ridiculous. Well, it's dumb because what if you don't want the DLC? Then you need to get all that data that you don't need to because you weren't going to buy anything else.
Yeah, I think they included the DLC in there in case people had the DLC so they could still play with their friends.
Could be.
Which I can kind of understand, the wrestling does that and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which, okay, but including it all in one with the 13 gigabyte patch made it look really bad. They should have done separate patches, because people, when they announced that, when they saw the size of it and saw all the fixes and stuff, were like, oh, cool, they finally finished the game. And I'm like, yeah, that's a great response, I don't want that. And that's not to say the game's bad. I don't know. I assume Richter's got it by now.
Not yet, I do want it, though.
You'll get it for Christmas off Wife Blade.
I want that DLC for it. That's what I want. I want the one that's not included in basically the Game of the Year edition, which annoys me.
I said they should have released a standalone edition titled the same as the DLC, because that would have been amazing. I would love
Considering it's basically standalone and doesn't actually affect the single or the other anything, it should have been standalone. I totally would have owned that already.
Yeah, I could totally see that, but I was also about maybe including the full game and that on one, but naming the disc box cover with the DLC one. Because, be honest, if you looked on the box in the store and you saw that Super Dead Rising 3 Arcade Edition, the X Plus Alpha, whatever it was, taking the piss out of how they've released Street Fighters, it would be hilarious. I would keep giggling every time I saw it, and it'd make people want to buy it.
Yeah.
And people are stupid enough to do that.
Yeah, and I think it's bad nowadays. Though. Yeah, I can understand some glitches get blown out of proportion based upon social media and internet, but there's no excuse for some of the unplayable ones. Now, it's like Smash Brothers has recently apparently got a glitch, which apparently isn't the game itself, it's more the system. But apparently the Wii U's got a system error thing where the little flash chip can erase your hard drive if you do certain things. And some cases, people have said it's completely random who it affects, completely random models and stuff. And I'm like, I don't like that. I mean, who remembers when PS4 did its system firmware update? And all those errors we got afterwards. Oh.
I'd comment, but I'm not in possession of the PS4, sadly.
Hey, it's cool. We still love you, Simon.
I know. But a few of my buddies had that problem as well, and they were pretty pissed about it, which is understandable.
Yeah, basically, the PS4 side, it got its update to give us loads of new features, and they broke a load of existing features. Like, for example, Marcus was pissed because he couldn't put his system into standby, which I can understand being pissed by that. I'm not saying he shouldn't have been. I just meant he did. He was pissed by that. I wasn't as pissed by that because I didn't notice due to the fact I always turn mine off fully, not standby. So I didn't notice, but he did, and I was like, yeah, okay. But when I found out, I was like, yeah, okay, that shouldn't have broke. But I'm sure you've had a few games recently, Rick, where I've done this.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna call it a glitch just because I don't believe their reasoning. But like when Destiny first came out and they had like the drop rate thing where like you'd get like a super rare one and it would be like a common piece of crap, and they're like, oh no, it's supposed to be like that. No, it's not. Like nobody wanted that. Was I'm gonna pretend it was a bug and not you guys being stupid. But But yeah, it seems like way too many games are coming out like with just tons of bugs, and maybe it's because I'm an old school guy, but I remember when they didn't, as you said before, like when they didn't like have patches, it had to be ready first. And in all honesty, I would rather a game be slightly delayed and have it be fixed. I mean, there's that stigma of like, oh, if it keeps getting delayed, it'll be Duke Nukem forever. No, not necessarily. There's a point where if you're just polishing it and fixing it up, it'll be slightly better than just rushing it out. But
yeah, because I'd argue like take Assassin's Creed Unity. If they've done a patch this fast to make it playable, logically the game could have been delayed till now.
Yeah.
Like a couple of weeks ready for when the power. So it'd include the patch built in.
Yeah. Well, I think that also, like as much as I want a game sooner. And they have release dates, I'm okay with them having to push it back if it makes it better. Like my wife and I were talking about earlier, that one of the bad things about yearly iterations of games is sometimes there's stuff that's not ironed out because they're like, oh, we need it out this year. If we push it back, then it'll be too close to the other one, and so they just shove it out there and then fix it later, and then they tend not to fix it the next year because they're busy trying to add something new. So when not like you as in you, but like people like see it and they're like, oh, that's a new feature, like they don't bother making the ones that work because they have to make new ones, otherwise you wouldn't want to buy, like, let's say Assassin's Creed and then next year it's basically the same game but they fixed everything. You'd be like, why did I buy the first one? And I would say, exactly, why did you buy the first one? Like they can't really advertise it as the one that's fixed. They have to be like, look at this shiny new feature that we worked on instead of fixing it. It's like, no,
it's like we can never discuss it since we already reviewed it. The WWE game came out. There's almost no glitches on it. There's a couple, but there's not that many. However, some of the features have been cut because they wanted to delay it till March and got told no. So as a result, some match types have been cut and various other stuff has been cut down. So there's not too many glitches. There's like one or two little things here and there, but it's not like it's been in the past. And I'm like, holy fuck, we now live in a world where the wrestling game is not the most glitchiest game around this season.
That's amusing and sad.
Yeah, because I don't know if you've played many of the yearly wrestling titles, Simon, but like last year and the year before and stuff like that, we had it where if you went story designer and you tried to do anything, it would freeze. So they broke an entire mode. They also made so many glitches and physics crap and just shitloads of glitches. There was times where it was almost unplayable.
Yeah.
It was still fun, but it was almost unplayable. But we now live in a world where Assassin's Creed is more glitched than WWE games. What the hell? I don't want to live in this world anymore, Rick.
When I got my Dragon Age like day one, like at midnight, and I did my live stream of it, there was like you said you didn't experience any issues, but I experienced a few issues where it would go in and out or stop, and I had to restart like the recording or whatever. And ever since that first one happened, now every single time I load up Dragon Age, it goes, "You're recording now. Your recording has been interrupted, but your recording's back now." But I'm not recording anymore. It's been like 2 weeks, but like it'll always come up now.
That's not because of you. recording Pew, I get that message and I haven't live streamed it. The reason why is that PlayStation auto records, so that message comes on mainly during like save and load screens and stuff like that, because where it's like doing progress and stuff, because that stuff inherently seems blocked. So that's not that one is not a glitch. That's just the game warning you that the recording will have automatically stopped at this bit and then continued.
Because
However, it doesn't always auto record.
Because it comes on as soon as I start the game. Like
Yes.
it goes as soon as I. It's really fucking annoying.
It is annoying, but I was saying the PlayStation 4 is supposed to auto-record gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't always, though, for some reason. I don't know why. Glitch, but it doesn't always, but it still does the message of, oh, your gameplay's been stopped now, and your recording's been stopped now. It's like, but I wasn't recording, you prick.
Yeah, just it's fucking stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid, but I was saying it's not a glitch of the...
It's an oversight.
It's not a glitch of Inquisition. It's a glitch of PS4 in general.
I'll tell you what a stupid glitch was. The frickin' 2D flat water that was 2 feet in the air and was just a plane. So if I looked down, I could look down and my feet weren't wet or even in the water because the water was just in that 2 foot high plane.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off.
I had a glitch with Dragon Age that annoyed the crap out of me.
Oh.
I got to meet the character from the second game, Rick. You got to meet your Hawk.
Okay.
The game put her with completely different hair colour, completely different hair, completely different makeup and everything, and was like, is this your character? And, or would you like to customise? I customised them to get them back as close as I could, but apparently a load of people, when I looked, have all been getting this, and they had and to the point they mentioned no one was getting their perfect character. So I was like, oh, okay, what the fuck?
That's a bit shitty, especially when...
And I was also annoyed, although this is off topic slightly, I was annoyed, Rick, because you get to meet Hawk, and you meet her, or him, mine was a her, I got to meet her, I talked to her, I don't get to use her as a companion. And I was like, oh, come on. It's like there's time travel in the game, and I'm like, come on, can you at least walk me back to when these games were good?
Mo, you're gonna hate this even more, but I finally got back on that like meet your warden mission because you're gonna meet the warden in the first place, and he or she's not there, and then you get a separate mission to do it. I just checked it today, and guess what? You don't get to meet her either. Fuck you. You get a fucking letter, and like oh god, that pissed me off.
With that one, I'm curious if you actually get to meet her or not, because you may want to check your keep, because one of the options is whether or not your Grey Warden died, whether or not your Grey Warden stepped through a portal, and some of the Dragon Age keep stuff gets choices wrong.
No, it was the right choices and everything. Like it was like I made her my warden, I guess, roll with Alistair or whatever.
Fair enough. Yeah, because
she wrote a letter that's saying, "Hey, contact me. Here's a letter. Now go fuck off." Like, and the whole thing was contact the warden. I didn't contact her, but
yeah, because I had that with my keep, where I loaded it on and a load of the choices were wrong if you actually looked through each choice, and apparently none of them have been perfect. You have to at least change one or two options. Wow. And it's like, what the hell? Like, for mine, apparently I played through 1 and 2 with no love interest. I'm like, no, fuck that. Morrigan was the love interest of my Grey Warden. Oh, okay, she was your love interest. Did the Grey Warden go through the portal with her at the end? Yes, he did. He basically said fuck everyone and just went off and fought with his dick. I like that dude.
Funny, that's what I actually did with mine.
Also, another thing, Alistair fucking looks like Skeletor.
He doesn't look like Skeletor. He looks more muscly, if anything, but he looks older.
He looks sickly and dying, and he has rings under his eyes, and his hair looks like Cullen's and all fucked up.
He looks stressed. He looks stressed and older, but I wouldn't say he looks like Skeletor.
He looks sickly, like he's gonna die.
Can I please point out a few things there? Yes, he looks older. A couple of years have passed since the first game, and of course he's going to look a bit knackered, dearie. He's ruling the fucking country.
This is tired. This looks like he's like on his deathbed. His eyes are like purple underneath and like sagging, and he's like malnourished, and his like face is sunken in, and his eyes are sunken in. He's skinnier. He looks like he hasn't eaten in a week.
Yeah, I had no problem with his actual appearance because he looked right, minus a hair. But they might have had a different hair. But however, I didn't like his attitude when he showed up. 'cause
Oh
I'm like,
yeah, his attitude of like, go fuck the mages. I don't care, like women, children, or whatever. Fuck them. Like, get the fuck out of my country. Like, I
Yeah.
was like, dude, like, really?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, why has he changed this much? I understand people change and becoming a ruler would eventually change you and stuff. I understand this, but it's not been so long where he goes from a really nice stand-up guy that wants to do the right thing to being a dictator.
Yeah, he was like literally.
Spanish, get out of my country. Like, he literally said that.
It appeared to like it errored out for a second on me, Stace. It seems like it kicked out Mole and Simon.
Oh, it kicked out Mole?
I don't know. I only see us in the con.
Oh, what happened to Simon?
Still recording though. That's what's funny.
Okay, because literally, like, he sent an apology letter, like, in the game. Alistair sent an apology letter, like, I wasn't in my best mood, and, you know, fucking able to take over freaking Redcliffe when, like, you know, he's not there. Well, of course, if you fucking cut and run, people are gonna take over your shit. What'd you expect? Like, you know, it's like, oh, this is his land. I'm like, you know, he fucking left, so what are you gonna do about it? And then the fucking Tegan sends me a letter that says, oh, I got my land back, but the mages who took over when I was gone, they did a bunch of shit, and since you sided with them, all their problems are your responsibility, and you better, like, fix all the shit they broke. And then he says at the bottom, it was one little sentence, I hope you'll fix this, and I don't need further involvement with the crown. And I'm like, what? Did you just fucking threaten me? Did you just threaten me? Did you just threaten the freaking mage summoning, like, who can, like, summon, like, these portals and everything and close them? Did you just threaten me that says if I don't fix your shit, you're gonna get the king on me? Bitch, please, I already talked to him. Like, what the hell? Like, everyone's just so mean-spirited.
Oh, isn't the Dragon Age world of like Fereld and Zeta or something like that?
I got back in.
Me too. Yay.
Why? What happened? Wait, what happened?
I don't know, but we were talking about glitches and it glitched out on us. It was just funny.
Yes, that is magic.
Please, is it still live?
It
Yeah.
says live.
Oh, good.
Wow, we couldn't have planned for that one, people.
No, we really couldn't. But to be fair though, with like the Dragon Age world, isn't it still in the middle of like a civil war?
Between the mages and the Templars, yeah.
Yeah.
Almost, yeah.
Right, okay. Then it's kind of understandable that the world itself and its inhabitants have taken a bit more of a dynamic shift in things.
Oh, it does make sense that they're taking a dynamic shift and stuff, but like I said with Alistair and stuff, it was a case of his personality did the complete 180. Like, he's a completely different character. To the point where he's unrecognizable. He's unrecognizable in terms of personality as a character at all. And it's like, I didn't like that.
He was a nice, sweet guy, you know, and now he's, like, literally just an asshole.
Yeah.
Definitely have to play it when I get a bit of time and when it goes down a bit. So that way I can actually decide.
I look forward to hearing the camp opinion.
Thank you.
Oh, did you tell Simon the character you renamed after him?
I did.
Yes, you did.
I told him before I told you.
Remarkably, I was quite complimented by it.
And by the gay weird dude with the mustache, we do not mean James.
No, we do not. Don't insult the gays or people with mustaches, honestly.
Jim has a mustache. It's like his only gimmick.
I know, but still, don't insult people.
You can't take that away from him. It's like Richter's baldness, or Pew Pew's dumbness, or Marcus's Asianness, or Marcus's shortness, or Marcus's dumbness, or Marcus's killing, or Marcus's rage.
Okay, in the defense of Richter, in the defense of the Hammer himself, were you naturally bald, or did it just humor me for a second here?
Yeah, he was naturally bald because when he was born, basically the placenta was all over his head, and it stuck to his mother's vagina. And as they pulled it out, it ripped out all the hair follicles.
I can't imagine what Hammer would be like with hair.
Or, just to make the other reference, no, he wasn't always bald. He used to have like curly red hair until a kryptonite shower happened, and then he lost all his hair.
Can I now call him Lex Luthor just for that alone? But yeah, as far as Richter goes, he looks cool with a bald head. Pew pew. Yeah, there's no saving her.
No, these aren't defenses. We're not insulting Richter for being bald.
I know.
We love Richter.
I know. Everyone loves
And we're not And when it comes to Stacy being dumb, we're not insulting Richter.
I love you. Platonically.
But no, I think we covered glitches pretty well. We even had one of our own.
Yes, we did.
That was awesome.
So I was your host, Chriz Aiken the Mole. Thank you to the regulars for joining us, and thank you to the irregular Simon.
Thanks for having me.
And thanks for calling you irregular.
I'm gonna ignore that.
Okay, but peace.